Hey, what's up, everybody? I just wanted to speak on this particular situation because everybody just think that they know what's going on, like they understand what it is and been there, but you don't know until you in that situation. You don't know what it's like to lose a sibling until it happens to you. Now, Master P is a legend in the music industry, and he's one of the pioneers. He's well loved, but I just think that people mix the artist with the man and don't understand what his son is trying to tell him. People just think that black men is supposed to be kids forever. Like, oh, he's a child. He don't know what he's talking about. But that man lost his sister. He lost his baby sister. And Master P lost his daughter. So I get it. But to tell a man, a 33-year-old man, that he needs to shut up or he needs to quit being entitled, like that's inappropriate. We need to have some more sense than that. We need to have empathy for both parties. I feel like the only thing that Master P was wrong about was not paying his son the money that he earned working for him when he was a child. And people can say what they want, but there's parents out here who would take our money and not give us a dime of it, would use our child support and spend it on hair, nails, restaurants, taking trips with our child support. And that's our money. You know, that's money to go to the kids, not for your own lifestyle. And I just don't like when people speak on something that they don't understand. And just because you brought me into the world doesn't mean I'm supposed to be afraid of you my entire life. If anything, if I'm a man, then I should be able to speak to you like a man. And we don't know who's telling the truth. If anything, Master P can say, I call him, but he don't answer the phone. Maybe Romeo is fed up and hurt that he watched his sister die, and there was nothing that he could do about it. And I feel like Master P hurt because he felt like he did what he could, but it still couldn't stop his daughter from passing away. So I feel for both of them, man. That's, from a man who lost a brother, who lost a parent. And when I say well, my biological father is still alive, but my stepfather is gone. My stepfather is passed. So I don't want to get anybody confused or anything like that, but I know what it's like to go through that. And grief brings anger out of you, and because it hurts, it makes you mad, it makes you bitter, you know what I'm saying? Because you wish you could have been there more, you wish you could have done more, and especially when it's a drug overdose. And you just kind of feel like you could have done more, you could have been there, but you have to live your own life. There's nothing wrong with living your own life. We can't control every situation, we can't fix everything. And I just think that people just need to mind their own business and quit speaking on something that they don't understand. Because even though I lost my stepfather, my real father came back into my life, and I had to call him for him to have a relationship with me after 25 years of not raising me. My stepfather was there from the time I was a baby to the time where he had to go and do his own thing. Families break up, and people make it seem like it's so superficial for an adult son to call out the hypocrisy that his father does. We see Master P clout chase every time a rapper dies. He was making videos about it. He was talking about those people who was deceased for likes and views and clicks. And Master P is really known for not practicing what he preaches. And I just think that Romeo was just tired of the bullshit. I just think that his sister was the catalyst that broke the camel's back, basically. And and just because I'm your kid or your child, I'm not a child. I'm not a kid anymore. I will always be your, I will always be a part of you. But it's a problem for me to hold you accountable for the things you've done. But I'm a grown man now. And as grown men, we need to have these type of conversations. We always talking about we gonna break these generational curses, but we repeating these generational curses. Cause your parent shouldn't have to instill fear into you when you become a man or when you become a woman. You should be able to talk to your parents without them feeling like, oh, you disrespectful. Everything isn't about you, especially when you're hurting, especially when we are grieving over here. Somebody should be the person to speak out. Somebody should be the first person to call out the wrong or call out the foolishness without being judged or without being criticized for it. And it's and I'm sorry, like a lot of us are lost. A lot of us believe in the alter egos. We don't know the real person behind the mystique. You know what I'm saying? And social media is nothing but a place where people feel like they entitled to speak on everybody's lives and speak on everybody's opinion and speak on how people conduct themselves. Now, I read what Romeo said and he wasn't disrespectful. He was just calling the hypocrisy out. He's calling the bullshit out. Like, how you gonna speak on somebody that you never met, but not my sister? You're not talking about my sister anymore. Like, you really making it seem like you care, you this and that, but you really not speaking about your own child. And as far as the money goes, I feel like he was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we all heard countless stories about Master P taking from his artists, taking their, robbing people for their publishing and shit. We all heard those stories, but I feel like if you love your son, then give him his publishing. And publishing is royalties that you would get paid forever. And he has a daughter, so whatever his music gets played on the radio or in a movie or on a TV show or a commercial, he gets a check for that. Or if his song or his voice is sampled, he get a check for that for the rest of his life. But not saying that Master P was a bad father. I'm not saying that. He was a loving father. But as far as like businessman, he did a lot of people dirty. And just because he's Master P, I'm supposed to, lie like everybody else lie. But I just feel like they need to have a talk. They need to have a conversation. And just really just, allow both parties to talk without interrupting each other. Because, we like forget that these are human beings. And because you have money, because you have fame, that excludes the fact that they are human beings. It's some things that money isn't going to fix. It's some things that money can't heal or save people. And and these are rich folks' problems, so that means money isn't everything. Money don't bring happiness. But we just need to stop with this rhetoric about Romeo, you disrespecting your father or you're entitled and this and that. He never said anything about, oh, like 50 Cent son said about, oh, um, the amount of money that he gets a month. He just wants his dad to quit clout chasing. Cause how can you speak about a man you never met, but you don't bring my sister up? Like, and that hurts a child. You know, that hurts somebody who is somebody's son or somebody's daughter, and you see your parent just kind of like go on with their lives without even mentioning or bringing it up. That's your younger sibling or older sibling. Like, it just really hits home for me because I watched this unfold in my family. So I know what I'm talking about. And people always want to try to debate. People always want to try to uh, just totally be disingenuous with what you say. But you ain't never been through that hurt and that pain. That pain never leaves. And I don't care how many years it's been. Like, you go through that for the rest of your life. But people just have the nerve to just treat him like he can't have an opinion, like he can't speak up for himself, like he's supposed to be a bitch or a coward his whole entire life or something. He's a grown man. He ain't asking for no money. He just said, like, I have, and everybody wants to be paid for something that they worked for. And he worked for that. And maybe he didn't write his lyrics or produce the tracks, but he was one of the people that brought back No Limit to the forefront because No Limit was dying out. I lived in that time, in that era, and I remember when Mystical left. I remember when C Murder was doing his own thing. And I remember Snoop Dogg left. So No Limit was dying. And Lil Romeo brought back pretty much the younger fans, you know, the fans in our generation. And he made his dad rich. So I don't know if it's true or not, but it's a article saying that Master P took Romeo's money and paid his taxes with it. So I don't know if it's true. You know, I'm not spreading no rumors, but I'm just saying, like, man, pay your son, man. You know what I'm saying? Your son earned that money. You know, your son made you millions of dollars once upon a time ago. And like I said, this is not right. This is unfair to come at Romeo for expressing himself. He probably been wanting to say this, but he was afraid of the backlash that he's getting now. And because people love his father so much that they don't think or they don't even fathom the fact that he could be a crook or could be a con artist behind the scenes. But we will never know. But like I said, y'all wrong for calling Lil Romeo entitled, spoiled brat when he didn't even say like I don't want your money. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't want his money. He just want him to hold himself accountable and do better. And a lot of parents out here set in their ways. Like even me, you know, I wasn't always the best uncle. I wasn't always there. I wasn't always involved. But when it was time to show up, I showed up and showed out. No matter what I was doing with my life. For example, when my niece ran away, even though me and my sister wasn't talking, I was at work when I found this out. I got off work and I was only there for 40 minutes, but I stopped everything that I was doing and I raced home and I found my niece. You know, I did what I had to do and stuff like that. But like I said, nobody's perfect. Nobody can always be a good father or good mother, um, good son, good daughter, vice versa. You know, nobody's perfect. So you just have to tell yourself and ask yourself and remember how you were. You know, when you have fallen out with your parents and stuff like that. Because it happens. Me and my mama are so cool. My mama is my heart. My mama is my everything. But she wasn't always right, and I wasn't always right. And a lot of times, you know, a lot of people will side with your mama before they even hear what you got to say because they afraid. You know, they're afraid of coming between y'all or afraid that that parent may attract that onto them. But like I said, nobody's wrong in this situation. But I would say that y'all wrong for just for telling that man that he's spoiled, that he's entitled, that he's acting like a spoiled brat, and y'all still have y'all original family. Y'all ain't lost no brother or sister yet. If y'all so quick to open up and be judgmental, everything isn't about money. Everything isn't about entitlement. Everything doesn't have to be a debate. You rather live there or you haven't. But I lived it, so I can see what's inside the nucleus of this situation. But I'm praying for the Miller family. I just want you guys to just sit back and talk, work it out, hug, love each other, because y'all's all y'all got. And I wished I would have made things better with my brother. I wish I would have patched things up. I wish we could have reconciled before he passed away. I got to live with that for the rest of my life, that I ain't get the opportunity to tell my brother I loved him before he passed away, or my dad, or people that I lost, you know what I'm saying? Because that's one thing about life, man. We can't get this life back. We can't get these seconds back, those moments back. So, but yeah, that's all I got to say about this. Y'all like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, the 1804 Show, Chapter 2.